As of 2024, Namibian citizens had visa-free or visa-free and arrival access to 80 countries and territories, ranking the Namibian passport 67th in the world according to the Henley Passport Index. Now, Namibia has a territorial tax system, and that only Namibian source income is taxed. Naturalization can be granted to persons who have resided in Namibia for a sufficient period of time to confirm that they have understood the customs and traditions of the country and the responsibilities of citizenship. Now, general provisions are that applicants have good character and have had no convictions or offenses, especially criminal type issues. Besides, foreigners meeting the criteria of the persons who may get naturalization include the following. The legal or customary spouse of a Namibian national after a residency period of 10 years. The other option, too, is children of a naturalized Namibian. Adoptees of Namibian nationals automatically acquire nationality upon completion of a legal adoption, or persons who have provided distinguished service to the state may qualify for honorary nationality. Now, you can actually get pathway to residency by investing $316,000 US in a property that's in Namibia, and after 10 years of legal residence in Namibia, you can become eligible for permanent residency. Now, additional 10 years of legal residence is required to be eligible for Namibian citizenship. So you're looking at 20 years before you can apply for the passport. Okay, and then so you're looking at realistically 25 years before you get the citizenship. Okay, because nobody's going to get it right after 20 years. Africa is extremely slow in getting things done. Now, let's look at things dealing with loss of nationality. Now, Namibians are allowed to renounce their nationality, provided this complies with the registration processes. The government may oppose renouncing citizenship during times of war. So this is something else you got to think about. You could be subject to war, your kids, and grandkids. This is one thing I like about St. Kitts and Antigua, that they don't have this type of thing where you're going to have to go into battle and things like this. Now, nationals of origin cannot be deprived of their nationality. Naturalized persons can be denaturalized for obtaining other nationalities or for committing serious crimes, disloyal acts, or crimes against the state or state security, or residing abroad for a continuous period of over 2 years without a government permission, or for fraud, or for misrepresentation or concealment in a naturalization petition. Now, I've been going over this with you on Dubai. Dubai has the same sort of thing, that you have to get permission if you leave the country for so long, and they can actually cancel your passport. Also, Ireland has a form that you have to continuously, if you get naturalized there, and you go and you leave after a period of time, you have to, if you don't fill out a form and let the government know, your passport can literally be canceled there. Several countries have this provision. Now, as far as dual nationality, Namibia prohibits dual nationality for naturalized persons. Though the Citizenship Act prohibits dual nationality, the High Court of Namibia issued rulings in 2008 and 2011 confirming that nationals of origin cannot be deprived of their nationality. Now, income taxes are as high as 37% on the top bracket, as far as the top brackets go for Namibian source income. They do not tax, as I mentioned before, income outside the country because they have a territorial tax system. Now, English is the sole language in Namibia, but only 3% actually speak it as a home language. Ashwabo is the most common language spoken. Afrikaans is the most widely understood national language, but most of the white population speaks either German or Afrikaans. Now, I've mentioned this to you before, that you need to remember that a good citizenship program has these following traits, and don't bypass them, when you're looking for, or trying to make a decision on getting a second passport, third passport, or whatever. And that is, you should pick a country that either has a non-dom tax system, a territorial tax system, or pure tax haven status such as St. Kitts and Antigua. Okay. Number two is I would also get your first passport with a fast-track citizenship program that has no income taxes such as St. Kitts and Antigua. It's going to save you a lot of money if you do that, plus you can get it quick. These residency by investment programs, man, they take forever to get. But number three is get a citizenship program that you know you can get as long as you have no civil or criminal past. A lot of these residency and by investment countries don't go by the statutory requirements, and they don't go by the minimum residency requirements, to get the citizenship and passport, therefore just messing up your plans for a passport in a reasonable period of time. And this is one reason I like these fast-track programs first. You should be getting those under your belt before you start going for residency by investment program, because it could take you years, or you might not ever get in the residency by investment program that you choose. What I found out too is usually the ones that are the ones that have the best tax laws, believe it or not, in most cases are the ones that the most undependable countries that don't go by the statutory time period. Usually the ones that have high taxes like Canada, the UK, the US somewhat. Their EB5 is pretty undependable there, even in the US. But a lot of these countries like, Australia that have high taxes, you can usually get the passport in the statutory period that they give you. But the problem is there's a reason for that. They're going to heavily tax you to death, so they want you to get in that country as quick as possible. Now, you want to make sure if there's a language requirement that you already are fluent in that language before applying or don't apply. One nice thing about these fast-track programs, whether it's St. Kitts or Antigua or the other ones that do have a local income tax, is they don't have a language requirement that you have to pass. And what this does is it just makes it a lot easier to get the passport. And this is one of the main things I would tell you is if you don't know language and you're going into a country to get the passport, I would tell you just avoid it. And always verify that dual citizenship is allowed, or don't engage in that program. St. Kitts and Antigua allow dual citizenship with all the other countries. In other words, you can get as many passports as you want. And also you want to get into a passport that has as many visa-free countries as you can get, and having the requirements that I've just mentioned, because getting visas is a pain in the butt. So you want to try to get the country that has the most visa-free countries, but you want those other things I mentioned to you before: low taxes, allow dual citizenship, no military requirements. These are things you want to look for. But remember that a lot of countries reserve their most lucrative business opportunities, like insurance, real estate, retail, and other businesses, to citizens. So if you're getting in any type of business like this, and it's going to take you years to get that passport, man, you just made a wasted international move. And these are things you need to look at before you go and start moving to a country, is make sure if you're in a certain business that you don't have to be a citizen to get in that business. Panama's got all kinds of problems with trying to, and not just Panama, St. Kitts does too, is if you're not a citizen, it's very difficult to get in retail. In fact, you can't do it. In Panama, you can't get into retail, you can't get into real estate, you can't get into insurance. There's all kinds of businesses they block you out of. But anyway, if you're making at least $150,000 US a year, and or you got a net worth at least 1 million US, and you want to learn how to legally get your income taxes to zero, or how to get a second passport as quick as 4 to 8 months, do 3 things, hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And number 2 is I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.